Okay, so it's time to clean up some more wiring on the 1965 F100 rat rod project that I have named Noreen. This is the old style fuses that they used to use. This is the original issue with the truck. We're going to change this out. Since this is a carbureted motor, I don't need a ton of fuses, but I do want a switched ignition 6-way fuse block, which I have here. And what I'm going to do is run 8-gauge copper wire from the battery which I have here with a 40 amp breaker on it. I'm going to run that to a fuse switched from the ignition to here, and then that way I can have 6 items powered using this 6-way fuse block. This came off Amazon as well, very affordable. Gave me a whole pack of fuses, which is great. Stickers so I can label everything on the cover when it's in place over here. And I just need to wire everything up. Okay, as you can see under the dash here, there is just a whole mess of wires, and I've been testing them with a test light and tracing them down and labeling them as I can, but this really needs to be cleaned up, so we're going to work on this. Don't panic, just follow the color, test it with the test light, see what it goes to, write it down, and that's how you know what the wire is. Usually red is hot, black is ground. Sometimes there are lines, multicolored wires, so maybe a yellow wire with a blue stripe, for example. That's okay. Refer to your owner's manual. There's diagrams online. You can do this. So it's been a couple days and I've been working on this when I can at night, taking out old wires. I know it's a mess. That's my trash pile, of course. This is the wiring getting cleaned up. It still looks like a mess, I know, but at least I'm starting to label everything. If you don't already own one, go get a label maker. They're like 20 bucks or 30 bucks or whatever. BJ's, Amazon, you name it. And that way you can label everything. So I'm labeling everything as I go through. So I'm ready not only to put in my new dash soon, but to do a final cleanup of all the wires, wire loom and zip tie everything together. Project update. The wiring is done and cleaned up as best as I can. I labeled everything. You can see a little bit in there. And also the wiring with harness was thinned out and cleaned up. This is my new center supply section, basically all the wires I need because I'm installing an Intellitronics digital dash, which I'll show momentarily. In addition, all the wiring being cleaned up and thinned out. I got a 12 fuse block. I got this off Amazon. The supply wire going into it is hooked up from the battery, fused, and then goes into a relay that is switched on with the keyed ignition. So when I go to switch on the key to start the truck, that supplies power to this fuse block, sending power to my wires, which mostly are supply powers for switches and other accessories that are in the vehicle, including dash harness and some other things that I need. So now it's all safe, extra space to add in stuff later. Let's check out the dash installed. Dash is all wired up and ready to go. I'm hooking up the 2 side gauges on either side at a later point in time. Air fuel for later. There's my speedo with all the instruments and a boost gauge. Oh, okay, it looks like we got signal. That's left and right. Everything's back together. Let's see what it looks like. Switching the key on. Oh, nice. AFR gauge on the left is not hooked up, just powered. Same thing for the right. I have a boost gauge getting ready for my turbo build. But as you can see, I have tach, speedo, miles recorded now, volts, oil, fuel, and temperature as well for the truck. So really excited. Tried it out driving. Handles great. I love the gauge. Really easy to see. Even when I put the lights on, it'll dim a little bit, as you see there. So really nice, highly recommended digital dash upgrade. All right, time to go for a drive in Noreen.